Welcome, everybody. This is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood Beeroes. My name is Ty. Across the way is Kev. And we are going to bring you another episode of Nerdy Reviews with Heroes and Brews. And we're going to talk about Justice League Dark Apokolips War. Kev, first thoughts on this movie?
First thoughts. I enjoyed it. As I was watching it, I wasn't sure if I was 100% into it. I felt as if it took me a bit to really get attached to the movie. It's extremely violent.
Yes.
So I don't know if it was part of the violence. I guess there was a part of me that thought, did it need to be that violent? But I will say, even though for the majority of the film, I was a little unsure of whether I was really digging what was going on. But the ending of the movie brought it all together for me, and I actually ended up really enjoying. I enjoyed the entire film. So by the end, the end to me was sufficient enough where I was like, okay, wow, I'm going on this ride, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm really digging this. But the end really brought it together, and I ended up really enjoying it.
Yeah, I was a fan of the violence. I thought it was, cool to bring that and hit home so quickly too, because we're gonna do some spoilers here, so get ready for this. If you haven't watched and you don't want to get spoiled, I would tune out. But however, if you do want to listen about the spoilers, tune in because I really did enjoy this. It grabbed you instantly. Superman. Everyone's at the Watchtower, and he's saying we need to attack Darkseid before he does anything else. And little do they know, they're going through Cyborg's mother box, and
Mm-hmm.
he's watching their plan. So while they're going to Apokolips is sending a huge army to Earth just to wreck everything. And then you see, you know, Clark Kent with a branded, kryptonite S on his chest, which
That
was
was awesome.
it was insane. I knew there was something up because you see the green eyes.
Yeah,
Um, then also, um, Raven, she is just can't control her, in a sense, inner demons, which is her father Trigon, who's trying to
yeah.
break out. There's losses, a lot of casualties. Most of these heroes are dead or missing. My favorite thing is, of course, Lex Luthor is running things on Earth because he always finds a way to get himself out of trouble.
Yeah, I thought the portrayal of Lex Luthor in this was fantastic.
Yes.
This is a Lex Luthor I would want to see. Don't ever do anything with Jesse Eisenberg ever again in terms of Lex Luthor. This was a better rendition of Lex Luthor than that. I thought the voice acting was phenomenal.
Yes.
The guy that they had voiced Constantine was the same one
Matt
from
Ryan.
Justice Dark.
Yes.
Okay.
So Matt Ryan, who plays Constantine, in the live action series that was out of like 2012, I think. Who's in DC's Legends right now, who is on Arrow, who does all the voices for all the Constantines and all the animated series is Matt Ryan, and he's the perfect John Constantine.
He's fantastic. I thought the voice acting was great. I think they used many, if not all, the same voice actors from from all Justice League animated films. Like Jason Amara is Batman, and I think Rosario Dawson is Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And it was brutal, man. It was brutal to see some of the characters ripped to shreds, like the Shazam part,
dude.
And it just kind of happens, and you're watching it, and it's almost like it's so nonchalant how all these heroes are just being
decimated,
like shreds. And it just happens in the blink of an eye, and you're like, holy shit! I was I think I wasn't prepared.
Yes.
For how intense this was going to be. I think if I watch it again, I might even appreciate it more. But I think I really didn't know. I mean, you had said beforehand, because you had watched it before me, how violent it is.
Yeah.
And it definitely warranted that R rating, that's for sure.
Yeah, Shazam had his lightning leg. He lost his leg, so he had a lightning made one. Through his powers, which was nuts.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people go down, and it's brutal. And by the end, like you said, it all comes together and it makes sense. And it's cool because the way they start this whole animated movie series, universe, I should say, how it ends just wraps it all together so well. And it makes sense to why they're not making more animated movies within this universe because of the way they wrap it up.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if we're saying spoilers, I guess we could say how it ends.
Yeah.
But before we get there, I did want to say I really enjoyed the uh, the badass red Batman, dark
Yeah.
side servant Batman, whatever you want to call him.
Yep.
He had a very Batman Beyondi kind of look to him. I really enjoyed that because I
So did
was
I.
thinking, like, when they were torturing Batman, I'm thinking, well, what is he going to utilize Batman for? And I'm like, oh, of course, like to me, he like Batman is he's a brilliant detective. He's very intelligent, and he just comes across as a soldier type.
Yes.
I was like, of course, like I had um, I'm thinking that's definitely a good role for Batman to fill. Um, and at the same time, you're not used to seeing Batman as a sidekick, for lack of
Yes.
better.
Yep.
So him in that was kind of like almost he served someone else was kind of crazy, but I really liked it.
And he
And when
kept
I saw
saying like Lord Apokolips and stuff. It was cool.
it was sick, man.
Yeah.
And you know, um, what what happened to Superman and injecting him with the kryptonite and everything like that, and he was just basically like a regular man, and he was
Yeah.
just doing the best that he could with what he had. And now, question for you, and maybe I don't know, just didn't realize it, but was Green Lantern ever in this?
They had the Green Lantern Corps. I believe. Um,
Well, I should specify Hal Jordan. Is Hal Jordan in this?
I think he was, but I think he died on Apokolips. I think in the montage that they have where everyone's dying, I think he's
Yeah,
one of those people. I know you see John Stewart die. They,
yeah, I do remember that. I do remember seeing that. I didn't remember seeing Hal Jordan, so I didn't know where he was.
I think he dies quickly on Apokolips.
Okay, now I have to rewatch it and see.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think that he goes that way.
So I thought having Constantine as the central character, I enjoyed because even though I Justice League Dark was one of my favorite animated films. I think it's almost right there with Under the Red Hood. And I know Under the Red Hood's not really within like it's its own separate story. But as far as like comparing which ones I love the most and enjoy the most, Justice League Dark is right there with Under the Red Hood. And so I guess maybe I sort of forgot or really didn't understand how powerful Constantine can be
Yeah,
or is. So having him as a central character was pretty crazy. And I guess I should have known from like it's Justice League Dark, so
yeah.
you wouldn't think like Superman, Wonder Woman, one of those is going to be the main focus. Um, and I did enjoy seeing Swamp Thing, who's my dude. He was brief,
Good, but
but
he kicked
you know,
butt.
yeah, man, and it was cool, like to see them, preparing for this battle, and then it flashes forward, and they failed.
Yeah.
They failed, and to see Constantine at the bar just getting hammered.
Dude,
And
I love Etrigan. Dude,
oh,
Etrigan,
he's
just
fantastic.
from just watching, some of the animated movies, I've never really, known Etrigan as a character. And him as a
Yeah,
character is just fantastic. I love it. I think he's
he was
cool.
awesome.
And he was so depressed because like there was nothing for him to battle and give honor for. And then, when he's fighting the uh demonized Wonder Woman, Mera, um, Hawkman. He's like,
Starfire.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, I gotta fight now. He's like, I'm going. He's like, I'm going out if I have to. And he's just a beast. It was
he
awesome.
was great, man. He was like drunk the whole time, but
Yeah.
no one can fight him. No one's like any match for him. I thought he was a great like comic release.
Yes, was
You know,
awesome.
uh, and I will say like that one scene where where so Constantine and Zatanna are a couple,
Mm-hmm.
and when Zatanna's getting ripped
Mauled.
apart, Constantine just turns and runs. I was like, you piece of shit.
Yep.
It was like I was like, okay, I don't know if I can like even root for him now. Like I don't even like when I saw that, I'm like, I don't even care. Like he's a drunk, he's a waste.
Yeah.
And but I think that's obviously what they wanted to portray. Like he's not Constantine's not your everyday hero.
No.
He has his flaw. I mean, I don't even know if I would call him an anti-hero or what.
He's definitely not an anti-hero, but like he's sitting there smoking cigs, getting drunk. Like I can't. He's like, I can't do this. Like, what do you want me for? Like I ran away, and he honestly believed that with his personality that he was just like left and had no regards for Zatanna, and he was miserable about it. But it wasn't
Yeah,
even his fault. This was it? I think Bruce made Zatanna do a spell for him to run away if things got hairy because Bruce knew that they needed John Constantine if they wanted to win this back, which is awesome.
I totally missed that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh shit. Really?
Yeah, so when he like
Oh.
talks to Zatanna when he dies, right? When he finally dies, she says, Bruce told me to do this spell. And she's like, you're not done. You have to go back to Earth because they still need you. So like, I'll be waiting for you up here when the time
Wow.
comes. But so that's why when he gets back, he's like, we gotta talk to Bruce. He's like, we're talking after this. Didn't happen, but I would really love to see that conversation happen.
How did I miss that, dude? I'm telling you, like as we're talking about this, I really want to watch it again. I think
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that I just obviously I didn't pick up. And knowing that now, like, makes this story even better.
yeah,
So it's really I don't know where to place it on my list of films right now.
yeah.
But I think after rewatching it again, I think it's definitely going to be towards the top.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just it's cool because John Constantine always has a chip on his shoulder. He's an asshole sometimes, and seems like he doesn't give a shit, but he does. But he
yeah,
doesn't trust in himself a lot, and it shows within the movie because he believed, like I said before, he believed that he was capable of just running away when shit got bad. But he wasn't. He would have got in there because by the end of the movie, he shows his true colors. He steps up, he does what he needs to do, and he shines. He shines very well.
I really love so at the very end, if you want to get there, you see all of our heroes, and
Or left
include
of our heroes.
yeah, what's left of our heroes, I should say, with a very withered 5 o'clock shadow Flash,
Yeah, the
who just
Earth is dying.
yeah, and I like the conversation between him and Constantine, and it's just like, hey man, you know what you have to do, you know what you're capable of doing, and whatever energy you have left, you have to do this. This is the only thing possible. Which of course, Flash is the only one that can reverse, what has happened. And I was waiting for that moment. I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, you have the Flash, and I mean they do show the Flash, and he's under Darkseid's control as well. So he's just kind of what was he doing? Just like kind of
I think he,
mindlessly.
I think he was powering. I think he was powering Apokolips.
Okay, that's what I thought too, and I'm thinking that's who you need to somehow get. Because once this is over, it's just like what are you gonna do? And that scene with I know I'm going back, but I'm thinking of all these really like emotional scenes with like Damian and Bruce and Damian stepping in the way of Bruce and just getting fried, and
Yep,
but then Raven bringing him back, and oh my gosh, that scene with Nightwing in like a padded cell
dude.
because they put him in the Lazarus
Yep.
pit, and he's just out of his mind now, and it was really intense, man. And like, I know it sounds really crazy, but I think seeing some of them in this sort of state, like, struck a nerve with me and kind
Yeah.
of like made me feel a little bit uneasy.
But
Uh,
Damian. So to me, Damian stood out. Like we didn't really talk about him much, but Damian Wayne, I personally think he's my favorite Robin. And in this setting, when it's dark and there's nothing left, he shined. Like he still was pushing on. He was in control of the league. He wasn't holding back. He was still keeping his people very much protected and still training his army and was willing to go right back into battle when needed to. And I just think he was a cool character in it.
I completely agree. There's been other films where Damien has been involved,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stand his character. He was this whiny brat.
Yes.
But seeing him in this, I really loved, like, I always wanted to see more of a relationship with him and Bruce.
Yeah.
You know, and for Damian to be able to just, he could always stand on his own because he just, like, the way he was brought up.
Yes.
But I wanted to see him in this more leadership role and having a conflict with his father.
Yep.
And I got to see some of that. So I'm right there with you, man. I mean, Dick Grayson was always my favorite just because I think he was the OG.
Yeah.
Seeing the way Damian is in this movie really made me appreciate his character a lot more.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, man, overall, I really enjoyed it. And I think if you're a fan of the animated films and what they've done so far, check it out. Even if you're not, I mean, it's just such an epic story. I really don't think you need to watch the other ones. I mean,
no, I told my coworkers at work, we were talking about it, and I said the only movie that you would want to probably go see before this is Flashpoint. You don't really need the other movies because they don't, reflect back to them. Besides, like Flashpoint, because that's something you need to know. It just takes the characters from all these different animated movies that they made and they bring them in. Like the Suicide Squad was in it too. Harley Quinn took control of that.
That's right.
You had King Shark. You had who else was in there? King Shark. Captain Boomerang was awesome in it. King Shark made me laugh. He just kept saying, "I'm King Shark" or something instead of biting people in half and everything.
Is that the way he is normally?
I don't think so.
Like a group character just says.
I don't think so. I think he actually sometimes has personality behind him, but this is what they went with, And it was funny because John Constantine made a nod that him and King Shark dated.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know.
I was like, explain what?
Yeah, it was funny.
It was great though, man. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I was a little unsure, like watching it through, and then the end just kind of like everything. I just went, wow, like, okay, that was pretty great. So I recommend. I mean, if you're a fan of the Justice League, if you're a fan of any of these characters, if you're a fan of Justice League Dark, and I don't just mean the animated film, but I mean as far as Constantine, Zatanna, Swamp Thing, Deadman, I didn't see.
No, he wasn't in it.
Who was one of my favorites from the Justice League Dark.
Yeah, he was a good character.
But overall, man, I thought it was really, really great. So
yeah. Well, yeah. Let us know what you think. If you watched it, comment. Let us know what you think. If we got you to watch it, let us know because we want to know if we influenced you because it is a good movie. Definitely gonna watch it again. It's got twists and turns. It's violent and it's just got a very good story in my opinion.
Absolutely, man.
So yeah, thank you all for watching. Tune in next time. And as always, Kev, cheers.